an asshole? See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Pedestrians are second-class citizens. Never been out in the street before, but hey, it's almost typical of what you expect in Dallas. Sidewalk just stopped. Except on that side. It's kind of nice over here. Where shootings occur. Registration. Works. Abandon my existence. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, they got rid of the grid design right around here, like out of spite. They didn't want certain people driving through. I don't know. I just know that it's not a straight shot. Like, I would have loved to have gone down my street, you know, El Centro, and then just take El Centro all the way up to Walnut Hill. But you can't do that, because somebody back in the 40s and 50s said, you know what, grid design, that's stupid. Making good time. I hate that I'm always late. Hey, huh? Oh, no problem, no problem at all. What's coming up? There's no sidewalk on the other side of Walnut Hill, so yeah. Sidewalk stops. Almost like he did it out of spite. Just said, hey. I mean, it don't make a lick of sense, man. Just sidewalks that break off and live it. the French Foreign Legion flag? I think so. Date. And it looks like it's been sitting there a while. Nature says, look, I appreciate what you're trying to do. I'm going to give you a cool breeze where you're going to feel. I said, thanks, nature. Take all the help I can get. Is this really a crime watch area? Yes. Well, at least it was the last time I was up here. It was. There were some late night sessions where I was coming back from the North Haven Trail. You See, the one beautiful thing about Cromwell is that it's probably your only safest link by bike to the North Haven Trail. As you're traveling westbound, you can forget it. All the shit that happens over there. Something's going on here. Weeds. Maybe they're shut in. So you have several options if you want to get to the North Haven Trail. The reason I mention that is as you come up on Merrill. Merrill's a pretty calm street. You can take Merrill to Pensive, and Pensive hooks up with the trail. In fact, you see it right over there. Let's say you don't want to go through all those twists and turns. You keep going down Cromwell here, and eventually you will hit Welch and North Haven. You'll hit North Haven Road itself. It's funny they called it the North Haven Trail, but it could not diverge more away from that road. They had a name of something, so it was North Haven, and I guess that was it. Technically, it is the Northwest Dallas right-of-way. They built it along the path of the utility runs, so you got electrical lines all throughout the North Haven Trail. And that's how they could afford to build a trail in the middle of a neighborhood. In Dallas, you basically say it's better than nothing. Like Cromwell has the bones of a really good bike path. You know, in Dallas they would just put sharrows in. Yeah, to be fair, I think that's all I would need. I rarely see anybody speed. Well, yeah, like I said, I rarely see people speed down here. At night you get a few hot rodders. Never noticed that before until I got into the whole city thing. There's an actual crosswalk here. Am I taking Norcross? Yes. Norcross will... I think there's a pool or something over here. See, they tell you that it's a crosswalk, but they have no lines painted there. That's the ticket I'd have to put in. Must be crosswalk on Norcross and Cromwell. Roll and stop. Oh, I got into sightseeing. I'm in a hurry. Losing the count? Always. Our goal is to get to Royal Lane by 15:45. And there's North Haven. I mean, there's Royal Lane. About 250 yards away. We'll make it. Maybe. Oh, there's the signal now. And then I'm looking at all the construction over here. Like I said, pedestrians are second-class citizens. Those cones denote that there's a hole there. Now, how thick is their, how wide is their trench? I don't know. Let the record show they did give me fair warning. Guess what? We're not going that way. And of course, there's an asshole coming. Hey, how's it going? Always something, man. So, I don't know what's going on here. We built a new house. That's what's going on. Mud washed over. Everybody's in a hurry. There's another. Like I said, I have no idea. I think the North Haven Trail goes through there. I can't remember. But there's a section of it where you start traveling north-south and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And this is like bypass. Yeah, that makes sense because it starts off at what's the name of that street? Monroe Street, where the UPS hub is. And Monroe, after you pass Walnut Hill, that's the beginning of the North Haven Trail. You go past the boxing gym and the tattoo parlor and all that, and the daycare. And I think there's a nursery there too. Anyway, you go through all those businesses, and then right there is the trail. And then you're walking through the trail. Then all of a sudden it snakes through Pensive and all these other places. And that's the snake I just saw over there. I'm late. 1 minute. I could start running. So a sight this thing, or wasn't in a hurry, cost me a minute. Not gonna make it, are you? I don't know, man. The cool thing is this is a straight shot. No more snakes, it takes me straight to the forest. And the hard part will be trying to get from forest to the office. I didn't want to be coming in there a sweaty mess either. How much do you think they're going to get for that branch tile? Work, man. Nobody came here. Nobody came down here because they live here. Well, there was a job, and I say no more. Your job transferred you here. There was a job here. Someone says, you know, I really want to go to Dallas. I guess that comes up in the conversation if you want to go to Hill or you want to go to Dallas. We're slightly better than Hill. That's a ringing endorsement. Welcome to Dallas. We're slightly better than Hill. There was something here, right? It looks like it's been gone for a while. And there's the North Haven Trail. You go through this park. Nice park. It's just tiny. I know that The bigger park over there, I know it quite well. Because when I was growing up, they had soccer games there. I played a lot of soccer. When did I stop? Junior high school. Like soccer? Son, you're no good at that. Just so that's when you start playing American football. Now, why did they put these cutouts here? I think there's a fire station back there, and they have to respond to calls. And one of the main streets you respond to is Cromwell. So they put in these cutout speed bumps so the fire trucks can get through them. You've seen them before if you watch not just bikes and a lot of other urbanist videos. I'm looking up ahead, I see strollers and people walking, and that used to be the, during the pandemic there were a lot of people using the North Haven Trail. That's the crazy thing, is it took a pandemic for people to start exercising outdoors. Did it anger me? It fascinated me. Although in the early days of the pandemic, yeah, you guys, you can see my videos, I'm pretty remiss because we were all supposed to be social distancing. When you watched all the people exercising outdoors, everybody was on top of each other. I had one of my videos, I went to White Rock and I thought maybe I could just go walking around White Rock real quick. And I saw how packed it was. I said, I'm not coming back. That would have been my marathon video, was me walking to the White Rock Trail and then back again, back home again. Another guy, I watched his YouTube video, he did a time lapse where he goes from, I guess EDS or something back there. No, he goes to, that's the EDS, ED Walker. He comes down off of ED Walker. What a wonderful problem to have. So yeah, that's the right of way, and then you have that all the way over there. Maybe one day I'll get it all in 3D. getting close. They didn't say they're doing construction, so maybe this is the detour.
don't matter. That alley is for service vehicles, not for you. Like I originally planned, I'd had time to sightsee. But here we are. He's running over spilled milk. We're just gonna run over spilled milk.
Cromwell, Cromwell. That's weird. That means the cul-de-sac that wraps around itself. Time to see if that Korean church is still here. The St. Cloud, okay, it's a circle. The St. Cloud goes there, wraps around. Well, I'm late. That's confusing. So the circle goes all the way around, and I guess turns into Cromwell. Wow, see, there's a neglected storm drain. It's all overgrown. Anyway, I used to delivery drive over here. I used to get office supplies from my boss. They're not here anymore. Used to have, it was a Korean Baptist church, I think. Yep, there's a sign that there's nobody there. So even Park Forest has this issue. Oh no, it's a Mexican church. Or Hispanic. Okay. Now you see, this wasn't an Indian church, it was a Hindu temple, I think. Hell of a gear change. You go from 300 million gods to 1, or 3 depending on your denomination. Alright, it's time to run, you fat bastard. Oh wow, it's a multi-use trail. This is gonna be awesome. be even having two legs. That was not bad. I made it here with 10 minutes to spare. Hello. What we got going on here? Oh yeah, babe. Well, I can slowly walk home now. And you see, you get these jerk-offs, they think they're going to come in here and we're just going to bypass all that traffic. Unless they work here. Let's see what he thought he was going to do. Maybe he works here. He's playing the tires in the back. Weird. Nope. This idiot, like I said, he thought, I'm just going to bypass all of this. And I'm going to come over here and try to go through there. And the dumbass had to turn around. Oh, that's funny. Hey. I have never been in here. Okay. No, I couldn't drink anything. I can't drink anything until the fluoride treatment. What are you thinking? Let's go walk down the street. Hey! Ole! So what's the word? It's oh, what's the, how do they get? No, that's something else. Yeah. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué hay de nuevo? Mr. Habanero. So these used to be a Golden Corral. And then there's Titan Comics. I don't know if it's still Titan Comics. He used to have the van. Okay, so the van's still here. So this over here in this El Phoenix, I just now noticed the graffiti. Wow, they tagged that thing good. I'm not gonna get any new sidewalk, huh? So there was a robbery that happened over there, according to the thing. Somebody had stole a truck. I was on next door. They got video of it and everything. It was a weird deal. Yeah, I wanted to see what happened to the Northwest. So this used to be North Haven Mall. Is it North Haven? Northtown. This is Northtown Mall. And all this left, and back, you used to go back there and behind it, and there was a AMC Theaters. It was the Dollar Theater. They used to have a water slide over here. It was a mall and everything. And then right around the 80s, or right around the 90s when malls were dying, all that's gone. Now you look over there, oh, they got the Dallas colleges over there. Huh. I wonder which one. But the Burlington's been here a minute. Burlington's the only thing that's holding on over here. When I was more broke than I am now, that was the only way to get some decent work clothes. Sometimes I had people giving me the discount. I was like, some girl, I guess she liked me or something. She just said, I was getting all these clothes, and I said, I don't have enough. I said, well, I don't have enough. I guess you better put that back. She said, no. Just give me what you, just give me your money. I gave her money, and then she. Been kind of a, you don't know what it was going to turn into. El pollito, little chicken. For some strange reason it's a male. We don't usually eat do we eat the males? No, they call the males. Like male chickens don't, they're useless. They just, most of what you're eating is female birds. So it should be La Politas, or La Polita, but whatever. It's another one that's been here a minute. The El Phoenix has been here a long time, and the CC's has been here a long time. Oh, look at this. Big giant curve. We gotta step up. Another ticket to put in. Can we get 88 cutouts? But DTLR, they used to be, that was how you can tell this was a bad neighborhood. It was a Foot Locker. So the CC's is still here. Foot Locker's long gone. This place isn't even good enough for a Foot Locker. So that's the canal that I was looking at when I came up earlier. And that was the one that had stuff growing out of it. And then it just kind of dead ends here. Look at all that crumbled concrete. Wow, that whole wall caved in. That's a ticket right there. They need to replace all of this. Like I said, park forest is not my territory. All they really care about is, are the storm drains holding up? See, it's crumbling right here. That's about ready to flake off. Wow, that's bad. Man. People think water ain't powerful. Over time, it will wear everything out. Huh. It's always been two guys from Italy. At least for the last 30 years, I think it's been two guys from Italy. The guardrail came off too. Now, Seafood Shack's an anomaly because it was here, but it was also in another location. Got this wire. It's not electrical, it's telecom cable, but it's still blocking the sidewalk. Okay, see, if I came down here on a regular basis, I have a lot of work to do. That's the utility complaint. We got to put in one about the waterway over there. This is the utility complaint because that's the power line that just dangles down there. Encore's supposed to come in here and knock that out. You got some overgrown vegetation. Oh, there was another seafood shack. I just can't. Oh wait, no, that's right. That's the one. Seafood Shack is the name of the place right down the street from me. So I guess he's got two locations. This one and the one on Northwest Highway. I haven't been in either one of them. Down there is Mount Saiga, or at least that's what it used to be. Broken curb. Like, Webb Chapel is completely hostile to pedestrians. That's the point I'm trying to show you in 4K. Because this is not a pleasant experience at all. Glass bottle. Utility cut. I don't even know if this is in the master plan. least a decade they've been sitting here doing this construction over here. Setting off all sorts of red flags. My mom got me this cooling towel, and I don't know how it works, but it's working. Like, you barely wave it and the towel feels cool. Take it, man. So then right there is the, I think it's a Hindu temple. Been here forever. I think Mount Saigo was over there, but it's gone. But the temple remains. Maybe it changed. I don't know. Jain Society of North Texas. Wonder if that's the Sikh community. Man, no, it just feels really good to have new sidewalk, man. And I hope they keep going. We have needed this. I mean, I've been going, I stopped going down this side for 25 years because it was like off and on, and it was a nightmare to try to run down this. And I just happened to be up here for a dental appointment, and I come down here and just to see what they're doing, and this is progress. This is nice sidewalk. I wonder if it stops though. That's the thing that'll piss me off. Main barrel? Looks like it. I think I need to come up and stop with my excuses, and I think I need to get a bike. New storm drains. People walking there. I guess they got no choice with everything being torn up over here. Now I actually went down that way. I don't know why. I was doing all sorts of weird routes. I was just trying to figure out what was going on. You know, just being a nosy bitch. And discovered quite a bit. To the bad sidewalk. Okay, so the Little Caesars is new. A Catholic library, that was new. Donuts, huh? That used to be a butcher shop. Little Caesars is new, huh? That wasn't there before. store up there too. Yeah, it's little things. Another utility cut complaint. No, it's been all sorts of, that's always been a supermarket. It's just always been weird, different ones. I think it was even an Aldi at one point. Rio Grande, I think it's been Rio Grande for almost 20 years. The Webb Royal has undergone a lot of changes. Domino's is still there though, huh? Hey, chicken and rice, that's new. There's a Minyards. Wasn't this? There's a Minyards and something else. So where the Crickets is, there used to be whatever else that's called over there, Crazy something. Does this say Crazy Hardware? This is Crazy Furniture. That was Blockbusters. They got rid of the Blockbusters probably almost 20 years ago. Okay, so they're talking about rezoning. Next door, they were talking about rezoning something to make it a coffee shop or something like that. And the NIMBYs were like, no, y'all can't be doing stuff like that. And so the traffic's already bad over there as it is. My point was, you can't walk up here anyway, so what does it matter? This must be what they're rezoning. Okay, this. So, oh yeah, this used to be a house. Alright. So they're going to turn this into a commercial zone. You can see right here they got the rezoning information. Proposed rezoning. So, they want to turn this into a commercial area. Is that always a 7-Eleven? No, it was something. It was a Texaco. I just remember, for some reason I remember that. Jack in the Box have been there forever. At least 30 years. Because I used to eat there back in the 90s when I didn't care about my diet. This is nice. Considering they do all that construction, this is still a pretty busy intersection. Office space for lease. Yeah, I had no idea they put this Cambridge school up here. I was like, what are they talking about Cambridge school?
Royal Lane. Walk by the Royal Lane.
Yeah, we got a crosswalk and everything. Down here and then walk back. This is nice. But yeah, this used to be the Lutheran school. And I guess the Lutherans are gone, and so now they've got, well, that's what they mean by it's monitored by the police. So I'm going to walk up here, demonstrate how they don't have any sidewalks along Webb Chapel, this part of Webb Chapel for some reason. And then I'm going to go down Royal. Or maybe I'll just go down this little street here. I've never actually been before. I really want to see what's going on with Royal though. And then whoever lives here, they're trying to, they're showing with great hostility, they don't want you in their neighborhood. As soon as you get here, they're letting you know you are not welcome in this neighborhood. Like, this is a gated community. So yeah, stops right there. And you see the sidewalk there. And then you go through there, that's all. They got sidewalks and whatnot over there. It's a maze. But yeah, nowhere to walk. Weird. And then this fellow's walking. Oh, this is where Royal Club comes out at. Okay. Alright. Now I'm curious to see how far this sidewalk on Royal goes. Man, this paddle is really doing what it's supposed to do. A little, just like, so what happens is I sweat on it, and then I guess it's made in such a way that where the water evaporates very quickly on it, and if the slightest breeze hits it, the towel has this weird cool effect. And I thought to myself, I was like, why did my mom buy this stuff for me? I was like, this is a waste of, I was like, I appreciate the sentiment, but now I'm sitting here, I got it in my bag, and this is nice. I think it works under the same principle, like sometimes you see guys in the Middle East, they wear this very sheer linen, and I was like, how come they wear that, you know, why did they let that cover them up? And it's because when the breeze hits it, probably has a cooling effect with the sweat. neat, but you know, there was a Lutheran school before, so. It kind of reminds me of Lutheran High. They had a big sprawling campus. I don't even know if they're still around. They probably called themselves the Lutheran School of whatever. This is open yet. Building 3 not active. So yeah, I guess they built a Cambridge school. And then it just dead ends. They're like, we're gonna build just enough sidewalk till you get here. And then we're going to let you know you're not welcome here. I'm like, okay. No, I have no idea what I'm listening to. It's some kind of weird thing where I guess they took R&B and they infused it with Wu-Tang and mostly ODB. Anyway. No, I had a feeling this will take me all the way over to... I know where I'm going. I've just never been down this alley before. I know it hooks up with Royal Club, and I know once I get to Royal Club, there's a lot of places I can get to. And in fact, I might be hitting the North Haven Trail. Let's see. Well, I guess we wanted to see the Cambridge School in the back. Curious about this? No, I'm just trying to get home through the maze that is Dallas's sidewalks. I think my step counter is about to go out on me because I forgot to charge it last night. This alley is not draining properly. Alright, where are we headed? I think if I keep going down here, it'll hit Merrill eventually. What street is this? I might be wrong. I guess we're going to find out. See all these people walking through here. Oh, I know where I am. Well, I kind of know where I'm at. I think this is no, this isn't Norcross. Norcross is way over there. I don't know where this is. As soon as I see it, I'll like, oh yeah, I remember that. number one thing I noticed is that everyone on these streets is old. Regent. Doesn't ring a bell. But I know if I keep going, it's going to hit Cromwell. They got all cute because Cromwell was part of the English Civil War. And the problem with the English Civil War was it had these lofty goals, but then Cromwell just became another tyrant. He became the thing he hated. And then he had to go. So all he was that after a certain point, he wasn't the guy who wanted to instill the new system. He was just a usurper. A man without title on the throne. Anyway, they named the street after him down here. And then put all these little cute names like Princess and Queen, and this is Regent. Kind of cementing that, hey, this is an English, like this is Anglo-Saxon territory. I was looking at that number scheming. I was like, what in the... That reminds me, I gotta put the trash out. Now I'm going to stop talking to conserve water. There's another title in my keys. This is confusing. Like I said, I know where I'm headed. I didn't know that this is where all these streets kind of wind around. If I keep going down Countess, I'm going to hit Merrill, and then I can take Merrill to Cromwell. probably is a Duke Street up here. And there's Cromwell. I guess we'll go that way. I keep going that way, I forget what I'm going to hit. I don't know how that, you know, okay, I know. It's, if I keep going down that way, it'll take me to, that godforsaken street. God, I wish I remember. It's the street that, you know, they put the houses and stuff over there, the condos, and it just, man, I am drawing a blank. It'll come to me when I'm not thinking about it. Brockbank. That leads to Brockbank. Surprised to see so many people walking around. Glad to see so many people running around. Don't get me wrong, but surprised. Let's go back to Fact Sanity. So I guess this is Sparkman Estates. But at least it doesn't bounce around anymore. And I know it's Pride Month. I see a lot of the pride flags flying around. And this is a year where they'd have to be flying a lot more than ever. It's a barometer. The day we can't put the pride flags out, this nation is really in trouble. Because there's a pattern of fascism. First community they go after is that marginalized 10%. And it may be more than that now. There's so many, everything's gotten messy. I guess that's the thing that science proves, is that science proves is that things don't fit in the neat little boxes. It's messy. It's crossover. There's overlap. There's chaos. Nature is a little order, but it's still governed by chaos. Proteins randomly fold, and God only knows what happens after that. We're all mutants. You can't go back to the original formula. Sign on the top of this one. But yeah, as I keep going down that way, it would have turned into, it would have veered off into rock bank. They got a metal roof. Grandpa's getting down. It's kind of fitting that this would come on while I'm walking down Cromwell.
one'll bloom in a day or two.
Pardon me.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. Go ahead and prune your magnolias.
That'll bloom in a day or two.
She looked like a heavy metal gardening grandma. And what I had to start realizing is that I'm old. So the people that were like 5 or 6 years older than me in like school, they're all becoming like grandmas and grandpas now. That's pretty dog. Well behaved. Foundation repair, huh? Well, if they're digging it up, maybe they put in piers. No concrete push pilings allowed. See, like you would see the North Haven Trail go this way, but you can't, so it diverts all the way over there. Now I know the neighborhood association will be looking at this like, what on earth is he doing? And I was like, I am temporarily solving a problem. It's up to you guys to call this in and get it fixed. Okay. That bugged the hell out of me. I hope we got it squared away. Oh, I got somebody's attention. Well, yeah, like see, the alley bends over, so you can't. You're stuck going. Like I said, I would have gone all the way over to Rock Bank. Okay, coming up behind you. Didn't want to startle you.
You got it. I saw you working there.
Oh yeah, that annoys me when I see stuff like that. That's right, get a sniff of evil. I guess I'm okay.
Alright. Have a good one.
Y'all too.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out stuff to deal with that.
Well, the weird thing is people will go through here and they'll think, oh, he must be official. He's the lineman. I was like, no. I'm not allowed to do what I just did there. It's just, you see it all in there. It's a tangled mess. Somebody can trip over it. Some poor person gets wrapped around it. Kid gets their, you know, strangled by it. So just kind of tie it off until they need to call in and say, hey, utility complaint, that's what that is. You guys are working in this area, you need to finish what you started. I have no idea where my playlist has veered into. I have listened to nothing but weird crap all day. I had ode music on here, which was pleasant and soothing. This sounds like it might be whatever the name of that group is. God, what's their name? Tally Hall. Before that, it was some kind of weird collaboration between Old Dirty Bastard and some other people. No, I just realized it's just weird. Like, this person actively said, I do not want sidewalk on this portion. But I'm okay with sidewalk here. So just to bring home the point that they're a dick, they got me walking through this little section on the grass. But I get the last laugh because I've been walking through everything else. So I'm leaving ragweed seeds and every other kind of bottom line, that's why that's there. Crabgrass. Maybe some flowers. I don't know what got caked into my boots here. I feel like a conquistador with bluegrass. And that might be what I left too. Well, after this, you know, I'm home. Okay, I was gonna say, is my watch still going? Because I did not charge it properly. Julie said, you'll be calling your mom to come get you around the corner now. I was like, well, ma'am, I'm getting my 7. Unfortunately, it's 7 and some change. Because there's, like I said, as I've been walking here, I've kind of demonstrated there's no clean routes. This is not a straight shot. Now, there's Joe Street right there, but you could probably put a trail down there. Just not going to. Because, you know, it's Dallas, being spiteful. So I'm snaking all around here. Yeah, get off the goddamn phone. walking through here. But yeah, it probably needs a crosswalk. So turn around, snap a picture. Crosswalk needed. And some ramps. So I put this in as a code ticket because I wasn't quite sure. I was like, the property owners here are letting this go over the sidewalk, so that is correct. Code said, yeah, but unfortunately this is City of Dallas, this is park property, so they referred it to parks, which means this will take forever, may not even get addressed, and I have to open another ticket. Flowing. I kind of want to see what's going on the other side. I think I will see what's going on the other side. I gotta get across all that traffic with all those assholes. Never stops, man. We had another rainstorm and all the stuff that accumulated. It's not bad. It moves on, but it will start stacking up after a while. It's flowing nice. We got a pretty good rain. I put in a ticket for the other rain gutter way over there off of Merrill. And it's still open a month later. So the city acknowledges it, saw something, and I guess they're working on it. Alright, oh, there's no assholes coming this way. Thank God for small miracles. No, I'm not supposed to be running. I mean, what are you going to do, you know? I would have rode a bike to the appointment. But imagine trying to get across this. I mean, I just had to get off the bike. Ran across the thing. What can I do? I need to stop coming up with excuses. I'll get a bike. That's my solemn vow as a Boy Scout. I will get a bike by the end of this month. You heard it here first. It's going to happen. I gotta do some right hand, sorry. My Boy Scout blade. I will get a bike at the end of the month. I mean, I got the money. There's no excuse. So I'll get off on that Monday. Unless it's a holiday or something. I'll run over to Richardson Bike Mark and I'll say, look, I'm mainly looking for a commuter. Hook a brother up. And they'll say, well, what's your budget? And then I'll say it and they'll be like, oh. I said, we can get you something real nice. That's an erosion control problem. It's actually coming, I don't know where it's coming from. So now we got fun. Alright, so now I'm not running up here trying to get somewhere in a hurry, and now I have time to actually look at this place. Bowman is beautiful. The street looks like it's in pretty good condition. The sidewalks need some work. There's not a lot of people parked over here. They got road humps, which I want in my neighborhood, but I can't get because there's like, oh no, there's not enough people driving down there. It's like, it's not about not enough people. It's about safety for the people who live there. And if the residents are asking for it, give it to them. So then I'm sitting there looking at stuff about strong towns, and they're saying that a lot of engineers are cowards. They know this is wrong, but they need the job. So they do the very minimum. Nothing that disrupts cars. Nothing that would make certain, like that one or two people mad, would make everyone else happy. So no speed bumps. Is that the same lady? I think it was. I think it was. Uh-oh. Here's the horns of the limo. Let's see. Howdy! Howdy!
Are you a teacher by any chance?
A what now? A teacher? Hey-o. Are you a teacher by chance? No, ma'am. Just a dude. And then I have to cut them out. It's just weird. They put this island out here and then put a little mini park or something up there. I don't know. It's just this weird concrete structure that the city of Dallas probably owns, but isn't going to have any plans to put anything up. Or I mean, at least plant a tree. It kind of looks like Alex's street. Which means that you got somebody here who actually is fighting for the neighborhood. In fact, I think this is Madrano's territory. I think the Madrano family has something to do with this section. They once were on the city council. Got a lot of power. Like, you can't even hear that airplane. Now you can. This is about the edge of when everything gets. So this is why this is such a nice neighborhood. These folks will fight to stay here. Like I said, I still can't quite shake the fact that there are people. There's some guys going around. I don't. Like I said, maybe it's not the people that live here. I think there was a drug house over here. I see them putting up new construction, so they might have cleared that out. I used to see a lot of junkies and stuff walking over right around this section. And then the shot up signs. But I'm starting to realize that what they're doing is it's not people that live in the neighborhood that are shooting up the signs. It's some fucking yahoos that are joyriding. fucking yahoos that are joyriding. And they run around here and they try to shoot a moving target. Or they try to shoot while they are moving. And then they hop in their cars and they drive. Boy, there is no sidewalk here. It is just, they got turned over into whatever this is. And this is a ticket, but code enforcement, you know, they like I said, it's all about compliance, and it's tough. What would I do? Come through here with a shovel and a pick, and I'd see if I can talk to the people, and I'd say, hey, could I clear this off for you? And some people, they like, their macho starts kicking in, and they go, no, you're not gonna do it. Don't worry, I'll take care of that. And I think they're not doing it, and then 2 weeks later, they got a pile of weeds just sitting over there by the side park, and there's the sidewalk again. Sometimes people will even go the extra mile, and it's like, dude, I can lay concrete. I know how to do this. They get their brother-in-law and a cement mixer and knock it out in a weekend. I wonder if I should go down Linnell. I mean, I'm real curious as to how far Bowman goes. Bogata. Like Shay, baby. Perdón, ten permiso. Ready? Nah, I don't usually go down these ways. Do this because you got an audience? Nah, I've always. Like I said before, I even had an audience that was just sitting there filming stuff and going out some of these streets. What the camera does, though, is it gives you the ability not to get somebody mad at you, like, what are you doing here? You know, everybody's on their best behavior. I'm lost, and I think I'm about to dead end. Oh, I know we're about to. Should not have gone down this way. Bowman, I think, goes into whatchamacallit. Use your words. Blap, 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 blap. Bowman goes into Webb Chapel, which currently I can't get away from. But at least it gives you an example of how stuff wraps. Yeah. But you knew that, didn't you? Didn't you? Yes, I do. And I defiantly went anyway. I mean, this stuff don't fit in this neighborhood at all, baby. It is. You know what this gives me an excuse to do? To be a total dick? It gives me an excuse to go down to Hidalgo. So, what have I learned today? Apparently, Bowman turns into Bogata. Who knew, huh? Did you see what happened? She starts putting her seatbelt on. I'm like, who do you think I am? Oh, sweet Jesus. That's a sign. 9848. Alright. Wannabes, huh? I didn't even, like, this is a West House. Okay, whatever. The gangs are so forgettable around here. Like, they keep changing names. When I was going to school, there was a little bitty one that tried to start up. They called themselves VNS. Mr. Lopez used to talk about how stupid they are. He says, you know, it stands for Barrio Northside. He says, but they don't realize the barrio starts with a B. So he thought it was Barrio Northside, you know. It's like, nah, man. Barrio starts with a B. Hey. Red flags? Maybe. No, I thought it was kind of weird because when I go down Manana, it dead ends into Linnell. And then this says that it's Manana, so I'm like, if I keep going down that way, I'm going to cross 35. Is it 35? Yeah, you cross 35. And it turns into that soccer complex. Keep going, you hit Luna Road. And down there on Luna Road, they're talking about putting up a concrete manufacturing, a concrete plant. And I was like, are you crazy? You got the development, the parks, the business. You've got a, when I say the development, there's a gated community over there. I was like, you know, you guys are downwind of this thing. Anyway, it got shot down for now. We'll see. Brown Vic. That's been sitting there a minute. I don't think this is going to take me anywhere. Oh, that dead ends. Where does that take me out to? That's that other street. I can't remember what the name of it is. Yeah, somebody went to A&M, huh? Well, I didn't want to go back up again. If I keep going down that way, it'll take me out to whatever. So I'm just going to go back up here to Park Lane. But you see, I live here. I kind of knew the area, and I just randomly going. You see where they may spit me out. And they did this on purpose. They made these neighborhoods out of spite. They didn't want to make it a grid to where you can go straight through. I hope that I'm getting through. I'm getting that's getting through to people. It's like, what can they do? Well, when they tear out the house, they can put the grid back. So like when these houses are up for sale, tear them down and reconnect them to the other side. Stop wearing animals. Alright. I'll stop wearing animals. This thing is leaning badly. Yeah, it's just this they gotta fix this. Am I gonna put a ticket in? No. I could park in WItham. I could, I should, but I won't, because I'm lazy. Uh-oh, well, I know who this is. Yeah, it's going. Yeah, they transfer her out. Cat's looking at me like, what the hell? I'm so sorry. What the hell are you doing? So I see what that line from Ghostbusters. They shot it before his housekeeping lady did her cart. She said, what the hell are you doing? Oh, yeah. So I think we should spread out. Embankment's responsibility. Yeah, we can do more damage that way. Oh, man. That's what I liked about the first one. The first one had these little slapstick moments, but they weren't in Ghostbusters, that wasn't like, the slapstick wasn't, it felt organic. Like, it wasn't staged or anything. They were just running around here, first test of the equipment, didn't know how anything was going to turn out. Then it was a disaster. They were tearing up stuff. And then there was just a little deadpan Venkman quips. And then there's Manana. What is the line he said? He said, we can do more damage that way. So somebody's puppy running around loose. I'm not scared of the dog. I'm scared he's going to get hit. You saw the idiots going through here too fast. The residential street's supposed to be going 30. Thought I was going to whip out my clippers. A little thirsty. Otherwise, I'm okay. Like I said, for a guy who's walked almost 8 miles, I don't know. It's not like it used to be. I think I can walk forever. I don't think there's a limit. I think if I wanted to, I could do 12. Because one, I'm not going fast anymore. I can go as far as my gear will allow me. If I get some camelbacks, which I do need to break down and buy. That's why if I ever get a bike, God only knows where I'll be going. Shit, if I get a bike, I can start not posting my body cam footage, but the bottom line is I don't have to slap my GoPro on top of the body cam footage. What the body cam footage allows me is a timestamp. You know, it's got GPS, date and time all baked into the on-screen display. That's the only reason I keep it around. The GoPro has that also, but it's baked into the EXIF data. And if I ever figure out how to easily, actually I can figure it out, I just need it would take time. I can take my phone, plug it in. I don't know how much space I got on this thing. I don't think I have a lot. I have to check it. Move my files over to the SD card. Run the GoPro quick because I got that installed on here. And then I can put the overlay on that. Then I can take, that's not a bad idea actually. Or I could just buy an Android phone just for that, well not an Android phone, I can buy an app, I get, shit, that's a good idea. That's a damn good idea. I'm gonna do research on that. I'm gonna get a tablet. Shit, that's not a bad idea. I'm gonna get a tablet. I'm gonna put GoPro Quick on an Android tablet, put GoPro Quick on it, and use that to process the initial videos. Then once they're all stitched together, with the overlay on top of them, I mean, I don't have to use Caden Live anymore. I like Caden Live, don't get me wrong, but it's buggy as hell. The best feature of Caden Live, though, is that they call it experimental, but you can use hardware acceleration through a video card, and I mean, it burns through 4K video like nothing. This 3-hour video that I'm putting together, you can burn through that in an hour. The problem is, it's too big. It's too big for the codec I'm using. So the codec container I'm using is, they have an AMD hardware acceleration, but it uses H.264. When I use H.265, it uses better compression for these high definition files. Like, it'll take a GoPro video for 2K. You can tell by how tiny the screen is. All right. So this is the Hero 7 White. Probably one of the worst Heroes ever made, or GoPros ever made. This thing has no, like, it was supposed to be like their budget model. And, you know, it's like for a guy who, like, when I do surveillance like this, it's fine. If it wasn't for the body cam, you know, this would probably be my backup camera. Oh. But I mean, that says a lot, because I think with that, it's a 256, no, it's a 128 gigabyte SD card. That will give you about 3 hours and 56 minutes of a 4K video. And I burned through it. So I've been out here a while. Been out here too long. Meanwhile, my little what do you call this thing? It's a step tracker. A little Garmin stepwatch. I forgot to charge it last night. It's running on a low charge the whole time I've been doing this, and I thought, well, surely it's gonna keel over. It's like, nah, we're fine. I was like, okay, you sure? They're like, yeah, man, do your worst. I think I got about 30 minutes left on this GoPro White because the battery's built in. Patty? built in, so it's going to get real hot real soon. Oh, we're almost done. Alright. So we're going to have 4 hours of 4K video, 30 minutes of 2K video. And it's going to ask me what container you want to put it in, and I'll say put it in the 4K container. So the H.265. It's not going to upconvert it. It's just going to, use the 2K in the H.265 container, which means it'll compress it quite nicely. I like H.265, but God, does it take a long time. So that was the thing I was trying to say, was that the AMD has a 264 container, but the compression's not good enough. And I wish maybe someday they'll come up with an AMD hardware acceleration with 265. Maybe they won't. But I'm getting a tablet today. I'm gonna do some research, find out. I was like, hey, I need a tablet for video editing. These are the things you can do when you have a lot of disposable income. I got that Dragon one. Maybe I can do it on that one. It's not a bad. I'm gonna check that out. My mom doesn't really use it. I'm gonna plug it into leave it powered on, and I'll see what that bad girl can do. Because the Dragon tablet was my attempt to make an emulation tablet. It's powerful enough to where it was supposed to be able to run. Okay, good, still alive. So, wow. It was good enough to run N64 games. Hell, it might have been able to run PS1 games. We'll experiment with it. And the cool thing about that is I don't even have to, all I have to do is pop my card in. If I start editing on the tablet. So I can get the GoPro on a tablet. I can do everything on a tablet. That's the bottom line, is I get a video editing tablet. I get one that allows me to use a mouse and keyboard and plug it into the big screen TV. I don't have any more inputs though. That's not true. I do have another input. So when I had my Steam Deck, we had an input for it, and I gave the Steam Deck to my nephew. This is starting to shape up into an interesting plan. I can do this. Maybe I got a keyboard and a mouse for it. I'm gonna get another keyboard and mouse. I like the ones that have the trackpad built. I hate trackpads. I wish there was a way they could put like trackballs in there. Can't find a TV keyboard mouse combo that has a trackball. At least not. I wish Logitech did that. But they don't. Maybe they do now. Do some research. Yeah, this is shaping up to be a good plan. If I buy it now, I can get it by. I can get the overnight. Plug it. Make those Amazon guys work a little bit. You buy stuff from Amazon, the evil empire?